Our story is about a child who is the son of a great lord. He lives a perfect life, but this is only one side of his life. He has to learn things that will help him fight the wars and become a hero of his nation. But the twist is that he doesn't like all this. He is just good at hiding and seeking. He wants to continue all this, but the responsibilities are waiting for him. Now let's move to our story's first scene. Our story opens with the passage of time. The times move to the ancient century. In a palace, servers are running around their young lord to capture and ask him to do archery practice. This lord is Tokiyuki, who is the hero of our story. He runs all around the place. They tried their best to capture him but failed. He climbs on the building and moves on it. They stop him because this is too dangerous. But he ignores it and continues it, because he found fun in it. He is busy running when his father Takauji captures him. He told him he was leaving for Kyo to quell the former Emperor Godego's uprising. His father gives him all the allegiance because his father trusts him. And in the future, he has to handle all this, so he wants to train him from childhood. He thanked them for this trust and mentioned that he would take care of everything. His friend, Kyoko, came there and told him to relax and not to be worried. She comes close to him just to tease him, but he ignores her and runs away very fast. Kyoko's father saw this and mentioned that this boy is just good at hiding, nothing else. He also mentions his father has a great personality and handles all this, but he is not able for this inheritance. But nothing is going to happen because he is also going to become a puppet ruler like everyone who inherited. Kyoko mentions that there is nothing bad in it. He lacks talent, but he is a kind person and that's a good thing to marry. On the other hand, all the servants are tired of finding him. They also check armor because once he hides himself in it for about 2 days. But unfortunately, they cannot find him. His brother also comes there, and they both sit and eat snacks. His brother also told him that he was going to rule everyone soon. He listens to it, because he is unable to do anything for himself. This servant again comes to capture him, but he runs away. He runs away from the palace and moves into the city. He ran very fast as no one captured him. He moves into a forest and hides himself. He stands on a tree and relaxes himself. He thought that his life was good when he just lived his life according to him. He loves hiding and seeking but cannot do this. He loves this city and its people. He thought he wanted to live like a normal person and did just not need any status or anything. He is busy thinking when suddenly a girl comes and mentions he is not weak. He is not lazy and cowardly, so do not think about this. At the same time, a strange person who is the Shinto priest of Shinano province comes there. He told him he saw the future of people. He told him he came here to pray for their city as his father called him. He also introduced his assistant Shizuku. He saw in his eyes and mentioned his future would be to live a happy life after getting a lot of lessons. That means his life is getting tough. He cannot like all this and stop him. He also mentions that he will become a hero who shakes the foundation of heaven when he is only 10 years old. That's a very young age to do all these things, but he will do it. He tells them he is becoming the Lord of War and people respect him, worship him, and even change the fate of the country. He does not want all this, so move out. He is running and thinks he will never want to become a puppet ruler. He discusses all this with his friend and brother, who first cannot believe this. But Kyoko thought he would become hero one day. They all play when suddenly they get news that breaks their heart. They get news that his father has been secretly communicating with Emperor Godego's, but they deceive them. They killed him. Their army in Kyo has been annihilated, and now they are moving towards them for attack. This news shocked all of them. Their army, their commanders, and all the important personalities of the country are killed in this battle. The people who are killed in this battle are about 800, which is not a small loss. Our boy was shocked and could not understand what to do. A boy named Yorishige told him that his father wants him to go with him and be saved in the territory of Suwa in Shinano. He takes him because the time is very short, and the situation is worse. Our boy refused to go with them. He mentions he also wants to end his life there as his father and his family have died. But Yorishige mentioned this is not the right thing. As this city is destroyed, Japan is waiting for him. He is the hope of many people. He must have to leave this city and move with him. Our boy's heart broke into pieces, and he started to cry in the membrane of his father. He advised him to take revenge for his father, his family, and his city. But our boy cannot believe him because his father was also destroyed because of trust. He mentions he could not believe him. Yorishige is shocked by this, as he cannot expect this from him. Our boy told them he would never become a hero, so they all allowed him to die in this battle. He told them this was good for him. Yorishige gets angry and pushes him down the hill. He smiles at it. He fell in the enemy's place. They recognized him. They start attacking him. He is successfully saved from them. This is because he is good at running, hiding, and seeking. They all try their best to find him, but they cannot succeed. He jumps very high and reaches Yorkshire. Yorishage told him that he would be a great hero. He told him he is good at hiding and seeking, which is a great ability and skill for a hero. All the enemies attack them with bows, but they are saved. He told him that all wanted to make him die, but he had to survive and take revenge on his father. He told him he would train him, and he would win the battle and take revenge. They make a strong determination and move. Our boy still does not believe him and asks him why he saved him. He replied this was all because of his devotion to this city. He told him that one day he would tell him everything when he took his city back. Our boy's eyes filled with tears and told him that he wanted to die with his family, but because of him he would take revenge. He wiped his tears and thought he would shake this country in the next 2 years. Our boy brother Lord Kunitoki hid himself with the help of his uncle Munchage. They are hidden when some enemies find them. Uncle Munchage told him to relax and he left to talk with them. Our boy has a dream in which there is a fire everywhere and his father and his people are going away from him. This dream is very scary. Yorishage woke up him. He told him he looked very innocent and sweet when he slept. He also going to kiss him on the cheek, but stop him. Yorishage laughed at it and told him this was a wake-up prank. He told him that they were going to stay for some days there and then move to his territory. This is because the enemies have guarded them. So, they have to take every step with great wisdom and knowledge. He told him about the trick that they are changing their look. They were the clothes that resembled the Shinto priests whose shrine was burned. They wear these clothes and look different. Our boys still do not believe in themselves, so ask him if, as he mentioned, he is going to take his country back because of his ability to run and hide and seek. But how is this possible because the fights are happened in front of each other? He asks him how he can take his country back if he believes in him. He replied yes and told him to look into his eyes as himself as a hero. He agreed and they are going to play the game of dice. He invites him to play but he runs away. He does this because he is not going to trust them. He decided to find his city people who left. He moves to the city, and he comes to know that people are talking about his brother's capture and his brother's head being removed today. He cannot bear this and asks him how this happened to his brother. These people ask him who are he, what is his name. He is getting nervous. At the same time, Yorkshire came and told them this boy was a shrine. He is just getting shocked because the city owner's family helps them a lot. Our boy also controls his emotions and asks him what happened to Lord Kunitoki. They told them Lord Kunitoki was hiding with his uncle. But his uncle betrayed him and sold him to the enemies for just some money and wealth. As Lord Kunitoki is the son of the owner of this family, his head is removed as a sentence. He gets a very pitiful death. Our boy is getting very sad about this because he lost his beloved brother. Our boy lost his senses as he could not understand this betrayal. Everyone gives him this without any reason. Even as a man, he cannot control his tears and cry hard. Told him not to be worried, this is a world where everyone has to pay for the act he does. He told him he saw his uncle also getting punishment in the future. Our boy asks him where his uncle is now. He agrees and takes him with them. He told him first of all he would reclaim his country and then move to the next. Our boy saw his uncle and came to know that this person became too greedy as he wanted more wealth. So, he is going to find him and present him to the enemies. After this, he will get a lot of wealth. His uncle turns him into a monster because of greed. He told him now he knew about his enemies, so now he will also prepare himself for the fight. He told him he would provide some people to him that would greatly help him in battle. Our boy comes to meet some random children who are busy playing. He thought that they were not going to help him. They introduced themselves to him. The boy's name is Kojiro Nizu, and the girl's name is Ayako Mochizuki. They told him that they were going to help him in battle. He also agreed. This child thought that they had to protect him because he was weak. At night, Yorishage gives our boy a sword to fight in battle. His uncle is coming toward him to capture him. His uncle attacked him in the night and found him. His uncle starts playing his drama as he is too much of a fake person. He told him that he was saved and that it was good news for him. He prayed he would be saved. His uncle told him to run away with him to save his life. But our boy knows the real truth. Our boy asks him why he betrays his brother. At the same time, the children are attacked on his uncle. They are all in front of each other for the fight. His uncle removed his shirt and told them he was too strong for them. Uncle attacked our boy and made him fall. They all are fighting. They fight very bravely. The children are trying their best to fight with him. Uncle makes the children out of the way. He told him that he was going to fight, but his brother was not able to do this. His brother is directly going to die. He told him his fate was also his death, so accepted it. He attacked him, but he was saved. The children are running to save him, but Yorishage stops them and tells them to leave him to fight for himself. Our boy understands the situation and starts fighting. Our boy fights very bravely and he enjoys it. His attack and his moves are very impressive. Yorishage told them there is a time when everything in the city is calm and this boy is just busy and hiding and seeking. He just enjoys and hates conflict. But now this is a time this boy fights bravely. This is the nature of the time that changes and makes people able to do things that they never think about. Our boy is still fighting very bravely and professionally. He does not fear and also does not show himself a crowdy. The children also come and start attacking him. They are making a team and start to invade him. Our boy makes a huge jump, attacks him and kills him in just a second. The blood comes out and this is not a simple thing for him to do. He successfully kills his first enemy. This seems like he is taking revenge on his brother. At that time our boy also remembers the time with his brother who told him he would become a hero if he wanted. After his first victory in a battle, they all are moving towards the next. Urashige told him he fought very bravely. His moves are impressive. Our boy remembers blood in his hand and thanks them for help. They told him that to win a battle he always needs to focus on 2 points. First one is he must be a valuable leader in a battle. The next one is he must have trustworthy helpers that act as his weapons. The children mentioned they are his weapons. They told him if he had these 2 things he would defeat any demon in this world. He understands all this. He took out his sword and saw his city and mentioned he would come back and take his revenge and throw the sword. He is just busy doing heroic things. But he has to run away because his sword is hitting an animal. After all this, they reach Suwa Grand Shrine. This place is very beautiful. Urashige teased him by sending some maiden shrine to him. He did this as a shrine to provide him breakfast and physical contact because he was in pain. But he refused all this. Urashige calls him to start practice because there is no time left. Our boy ran but fell because Urashige made some holes to trap him. After many days Urashige thought how he could stop him. As he runs every day and digs holes. But nothing happens to him. He is worried because they do not do any practice and, in that way, he will never take his revenge. He thought he was like this because he had no goals in his life and he also wanted to be a puppet ruler, so from his childhood he is doing all this thing. Our boy is running in the rain, he just does not understand what to do. Yorkshire told him not to be worried, it was time to study, but he mentioned that he just needed to run away from the battlefield, nothing else. Our boy does not find confidence in him to fight with anyone. Urashige told him that he believed in him, but our boy ignored it. Urashige told him he would clear the atmosphere. He used his magic to collect all the droplets and make it back into the sky, and the sky became clear and clean. He said some words and saw a huge number of people appreciated him. He told him this was the army of Suwa. He also told him he saw the qualities of a hero in him, so he just has to focus, and he will get everything back. He motivates him a lot. Our boy finally agreed and decided to go to study. Urashige becomes very excited, but he controls him. They both are moving back when they fall into a hole. After all this, Urashige told him there was a need to start his training. He first advises him to gather his retainers as he lost everyone in the battle. Retainers are vassals that form a master and servant relationship with their potent military commander. He told him the power of his retainers is the power of him. He introduced Kojiro to him as he is the greatest swordsman of their generation, and one day he will lead as his military commander. On the other hand, Ayako also has great physical strength, and he also has multiple talents. She helps him a lot in the battles. The last one is Shizuku, who is attentive and versed in many secret arts, and she will manage all the general affairs in the home. He advises him to build up a set wrong team and army. He has to understand all his companion and their skills. They need to work like a family. Our boy understands this. He told them to play, but they refused because he ran very fast and he never came back. They all give different plans to do. Our boys cannot understand what wrong is with their companion. They decided to go hunting. Finally, they make a decision. They go hunting and try to capture a rabbit, but all fail. They try their best but cannot succeed. The rabbit is very fast, but it is captured by our boy. He thought he killed it, but that's wrong. The rabbit is killed by a huge animal that comes from some other place. They all attack him. They try their best to save themselves, but they have not succeeded. They make a plan to defeat this beast. In this plan, they are going to use our boy running skills. He has to take the beast to a place where others are waiting to start taking on it. They are acting according to their plan. They successfully lead the beast to fall from cliff. After all this, they are taking a bath in hot springs. They all are very happy because they are defeating and hunting a beast today. They all play and enjoy together. They then decided they were going to eat the beast they captured. But they're shocked because this is already eaten by Yorkshire. We are going to meet another character. This character's name is Takauji Ashikaga. This character is the one who betrayed our boy's father and destroyed the shogunate. This character is the retainer of our boy family Hojo, but he deceives them. He is talking with Emperor Godegos about taking the highest position in this place, because he is the one who makes them win this battle. The Godegos also agree with him and give him the name of Exalted. They give him and his companion work and position in the imperial court. He is happy about it, and now they are going to replace the shogunate ruler. He made his companion Sadamun Ogasawara as governor of Shinano, because he is the one who betrays Hojo and fights against them bravely. He is the left hand of him. He told him to find a Hojo family person because this family person is going to make trouble for him. He agreed and decided to find it. They both are very creepy and weird characters. They both betrayed those who made them survive, but they both show that nature has never changed. On the other hand, our boy is trying to cut a bundle of straw. He tries his best but cannot succeed. Yorishige told him this was because his muscles were weak. He mentioned that they are not going to work on it because in that way his running speed will be weak. After this, they are going for archery practice. In this practice, our boy performed very well because he knew about this and also his father enjoyed watching it. So, because of that, he is good at it. Yorishige thought that this boy had many skills. He thought he had to focus on his major skill, which was running. He just needed to learn how to attack while running and he would make a great warrior. And for that purpose, he needs a master. They are practicing when they come to know that Sadamun is coming to meet them suddenly. Our boy and his retainers are going to hide in a place. Yorishige met with Sadamun, who told him that he was appointed as the governor of Shinano, and now he has to take orders from him. They cannot understand how this person is going to give them orders as he came yesterday. He said that when the battle is happening, he is helping the emperor of Godagos, so that's why he is getting the position. He put a bow toward Yorishige and told him that if he hit any of Hojo's family members and their retainers, he had to pay for it. He also told him that there was something because 2 soldiers were watching behind him and some children were hiding in a house. He told him he would never make him a fool because he had a great eye on everything. After this, he is going to move up, but he mentions he is not bringing any gifts, so he attacks on girl's ear and damages it. He is too weird and creepy, they all do not like him. At night Yorishige told them he was going to be tough for them, because of his position. Our boy told them he is creepy, but his archery is amazing. They are all angry with him. He tries his best to convince them. Yorishige made a plan and told him that he was going to take advantage of Sadamun. As Sadamun has 2 goals, first one is to find any Hojo family members and the second one is to weaken the amount of influence the Grand Suwa has. He told him he also had 2 goals, first never let them who are in second. He will absorb and know all about his archery technique. He told him that whenever Sadamun came there he hid and observed all his archery techniques and learned from them. He also agrees with it. On the other hand, Sadamun decides that he is going to a dog shooting competition that is going to be held at a Suwa Grand Shrine. He thought he was going to find any Hojo family members there. He makes a good plan. The day of the dog shooting arrives. Everyone is excited about it. Sadamun also came there and told them he was the governor of there, so he was allowed to participate in this competition. He mentioned no one has a problem with it. The conditions of competition are set. The dogs are released, and competition starts. Sadamun played very well. He hit many dogs on the right side of him. Our boy observes all this. He looks at him very seriously and he comes to know that he always has to attack from the right side because it is easy. Our boys learn many things from it. Sadamun wins individually in this competition. But the people mention that still the competitions are left, and strong competitors are still there. Sadamun told them he was going to compete with those strong competitors. But he has a condition. He mentions if he wins, he is going to search for a Hojo family member in their places and they are not going to stop him. He also told them if he found any of them, he would take him with him. Yorishige agreed to it and told him if they won then he would never go to search there even after getting authority. He mentions they are going to compete with him. He agrees with it because he believes in his strength and skill. He asked for the competitor. Yorishige presents our boy in front of them. He introduced him with a fake name. He told them this boy was going to compete with him. Our boy is completely shocked. He never expected all this from him. Yorishige told them this game was not going to be easy. He mentions in this game there is a rule that they are going to win points by shooting at each other's bodies. That's a very tough rule. Our boy retainers told Yorishige that this is not a game. This is a matter of their place, so please avoid all this. But he ignores them. He believes in our boy and mentions he is going to win. He told our boy that it is totally up to him what he wants. If he wants to move out like a crowdy person, he will go, or if not then going to compete. Our boy agrees with it. Sadamun advises him to step back because he is never going to win from him, but our boy refused this. The competition starts. They both attack each other with the first arrow. They both miss it. Our boy makes a plan and attacks a dog. He succeeds in it and gets 1 point. Sadamun continues in an attack on him, but our boy saved himself because of his skill. Sadamun is not focused on the dogs. He left the last arrow and now he feels pressure on himself. Our boy thinks now he is going to attack him. He makes his vision on him and is about to hit. But Satamune is not a usual player. He starts moving in the place. He just did it to confuse him. Our boy cannot get a position to attack him because he is continuously moving. Satamune thought he was not going to lose him, because he is the best in archery technique. He thought he practiced a lot about how he was going to lose. Satamune uses his skill and attacks on his head. Now he has 5 points. He told him his arrows were over, now he was going to play only by himself. Our boy's head is a little damaged. Our boy thought he was going to die if this was a real arrow. He found courage in himself. He starts running. No one understands what is going on. Our boy is still not giving up. He starts searching for a dog and attacks him. His arrow is about to hit the dog, but Satamune makes it to miss. Everyone thought this was the end of the competition as the winner was in front of them. Our boy needs to make 5 points to win. He tries his best, but Satamune cannot make him do it. Urashige advises him to use his 2 skills, running and archery, at the same time. He understands this. He is looking for the dog and Satamune is going to distract him, but our boy suddenly reversed and shot him. He makes him fall. Our boy gets 2 points. His retainers are happy about it. Our boy is proud of himself. He can do anything while he is running because he enjoys it. Satamune cannot believe this. He tries to hide his head because he does not want to make his other points. Our boy makes his horse run over him and hit him on the head. Our boys use the Parthian shot on him. This shot is not a simple thing because this is used by the strongest army in the world. Our boy now gets 3 points because of his reverse shot. Now he has 1 from Satamune. Everyone is very happy about it. Satamune cannot believe that he is lost to a little boy. Urashige told him to go back and never come to this place. Satamune gets angry about it and moves back. He told them he would again come and find Hojo family members there. Satamune's mind gets out of control as he cannot understand our boy. He mentions that this boy has great strength. He believes that this boy is going to become a hero one day. He never understands what is the attention of Urashige and who is that boy. Urashige told our boy that he was going to spread rumors of Hojo family members to another place in Japan. In that way, their enemy's attention is going to be replaced. Urashige appreciated his work and told him he was going to win and get one day his city back. A person on the bed of death advises a boy to not trust anyone. He told him to always use his skill and trust only money, nothing else. This boy's name is Genba. Genba understand this. Our boy is going to do physical work with his retainers. He does this because the enemies are not going to suspect him. They thought Satamune never came there for some time, but they were wrong because he was coming to meet them. They are shocked to see him because he smiles. He told them he had come there with a command, which was that they were traitor who had sided with Hojo, and for this punishment, they and their retainers must forfeit the land north of Lake Suwa to him. They are getting serious about this because this is bad news for them. The people of Suwa are not okay with this command because this land is of their ancestors, and they do too much work on it. They all want to fight, but Urashige stops them because this is not the right time. They all worried about this problem. At night, Urashige told our boy that the solution to this problem is only one thing, which is that they are going to take imperial commands from Satamune. In that way, the command is missing, and for the issue of the next one they will get a time. He also mentions this all is done by a boy who is a thief, and this name is Genba. He mentions this boy has great talent, he can steal anything without any problems. Our boy does not agree with this because this is wrong. Hey, mentioned he never wanted to do anything that is against justice. But Urashige makes him agree and mentions this is what happens in the world. Urashige believes that this is the right thing because they need it. Our boy with his retainers is going to find him. They go into the village and ask them about him. All the people of the villages hear the name of Genba, run back to their houses. Everyone disappears, even the animals. What is this behavior? They thought they hated him. At the same time, Genba came there. Our boy is scared to see him because he is wearing a mask. Our boy met him and told him his false name. But he recognized him and told him he was going to sell him to Satamune. He also steals their wallets. They all cannot understand him. He told him he wanted 5 million yen to hide his identity. Our boy was shocked to see this huge amount. He told them he also agreed to help them, but he just needed money. He will never do anything without money. He told our boy that he is just a fake person who hides himself because of fear of death. So he just needs money from him. Our boy is worried about this, because it is not a simple thing. He told him that he wanted to give him a great place and job after recapturing his place back. But he is too good and just asks for money, not a great job in his city. Now Genba is confused. All of them told him that he was going to a great place in the city, and after this, he would get a lot of money every year. So, there is nothing to be worried about. He agreed with this but mentioned he had one condition. He told them that this work is very dangerous, so our boy has to go with him, because this is a matter of his life. Our boy is okay with it, and at night they are going to get the imperial command. Our boy retainers are worried about him because they are trusted by a thief. They try to relax themselves. Genba is moving inside the warehouse. He easily gets it because of his profession. He also told him to come. Our boy follows him. They both are moving very seriously. Genba told him never to betray him after his work. He told him he was very bad with people. He told him that one day a lady refused to pay money after work, so he moved into her house. He put roaches and pea in rice and then cooked it. Our boy found it very disgusting and creepy. Genba told him to be careful and moved to get the imperial command. Our boy thought this person was going to betray him, but he saw Genba get up like Satamune with a custom. And he orders the guards to move out of the house. They are moving further. They are searching for the imperial command. They get it. Genba removed his mask and told him he was now showing his identity so he could join him. They both are talking there. One of the retainers of Satamune heard some noise. He thought who was there. Genba comes to know that the retainers have found him. He told him that they would soon be captured, so they need to go. He mentioned that his work is just to get commands, so now he needs to protect himself, because this is not his responsibility. They both run from the house. Genba throws a smoke attack on them. They are about to leave the warehouse, but an arrow hits our boy dress who is climbing the wall. Our boy retainers also run away because they are going to be captured. On the other hand, our boy and Genba hide themselves in the forest. The retainer of Satamune, whose name is Sukafusa Ichikawa, is going to find them. This person has the ears of a fox who can hear anything. Genba thought this was not the right time to protect our boy, so he decided to leave him here. Sukafusa is about to hit him with his sword, but he is saved. Genba is saved by our boy. This is because our boy is best at running. They both are running to save lives. Genba asks him why he saves him. Our boy replies because he does not want to betray anyone in his life. He told him he was betrayed by a lot of people, even his beloved relatives, but he was never going to betray anyone. That's a great quality of him. This quality hit Genba very badly, as he cannot believe in this world a person can have this level of loyalty. Satamune also comes there to capture him. His retainer also joins him. They are moving. Genba saw that our boy was moving very difficult because he had a deep wound on his back to save. They were also about to be hit by a Satamune arrow but were saved. Our boy's bleeding is non-stop and his condition is going to bad. Genba climbs up the tree. He shows himself in front of them. They recognize him. They are about to hit him, but at the same time, several birds come. And they cannot understand what is happening. They misunderstood all this. Genba starts playing with them. He is moving continuously. He does not stop at one place, so they cannot figure out him. He tricks them and traps them. He told them he was not going there to steal anything. He is just going there for some fun, and he also mentions there is too much fun in burning something. Satamune couldn't understand this and saw his warehouse. He is shocked to see his warehouse is burning. Genba disappeared. Our boy is saved by his retainers. They all move back to their place. Our boy thanks Genba for saving them. He mentions he likes this hide-and-seek game and wants to play again because this is too much fun. Genba ignored this thank and mentioned that he had to pay to him after getting his country, because if he did not do this, he would never leave his children or even his grandchildren to pay off. The next day, the people of Suwa told them they were not giving them their land because they did not have any imperial command. Satamune is angry about it, but he cannot do anything. On the other hand, the emperor, Godegos, cannot control anything because all the people are demanding the jobs, as they mention they are ready to work there. They decided to not announce any official duty because they could not know who was telling the truth. So, they decided to stop all the official duties. So Satamune also cannot get any other imperial command. He is getting angry about it. The citizens of Suwa are happy about this because now they are saved, and their land is there for them. Yorishige thanks our boy. They are also happy that Genba is with them. Genba's behavior is a little vulgar, but he is a great person with a great trick, so they need him. Yorishige advised our boy that he needed to focus on his first enemy, Takauji Ashikaga, who betrayed his father's trust. Our boy understands this. On the other hand, Emperor Godego's son Prince Moriyoshi attacked Takauji Ashikaga, as he mentioned that he would also betray his father one day. He is attacking his retainers. They set up a fight. Takauji Ashikaga is completely relaxed. He is going to talk to him because he wants to clear up this misunderstanding. Prince is about to kill him, but he already removed all the heads of his retainers. Prince is shocked to see this because this happens in just a second, and there is no one with him. Prince gets angry about this because he kills several lives in just a second. He mentions he is a monster and attacks him, but Takagi Ashikaga stopped the attack with just his hand. He moves to his knees and tells him he is loyal, so trust in him. He mentions he will never betray them. At the same time, several people come. These people are living there. Prince thought they were coming for him, but they run to the Takagi Ashikaga. That's a little shocking for Prince. Prince came to know his importance and thought one day he would take all of it. That's very bad news for the prince. Yorishige prepares our boy to meet with Takagi Ashikaga. Our boy is a little worried about all this because Takagi Ashikaga is not a normal person, he is just a beast. Now comment on what will happen next. How is our boy going to face Takagi Ashikaga, and after facing him will he take his revenge or not? Please subscribe to our channel and wait for the next part. We saw that our boy spent almost half a year in Suwa. His retainers show him the lake of Suwa, which is completely frozen in winter. Our boy was shocked to see this. He fell on the ice and laughed. They start playing. They enjoy their best time there. Satamune ordered one of his retainers to get Suwa in his territory at any cost. His retainer's name is Shokan, and he is feared like a demon, because he has an extraordinary personality. Shokan assured him that he would take Suwa for him. Satamune is happy about it. The people of Suwa are worried about Satamune's actions because he can attack them from the western border. They need to send a skilled scout there, but unfortunately, the scout has already moved to another mission. Now they are worried. Our boy told them to send his army of elusive warriors to that place. He told them no one was going to suspect them because they were a child. His retainer also agrees with him because this is an easy task for them. Everyone is also okay with this, but Yorishige refused. He mentioned our boy's life is very important. He cannot take him into danger because in that way the Hojo family bloodline is stopped. He told them there was too much danger on the way, as someone would kill him, and also, he would get something and eat it, destroying him, and even get disappointed and die himself. Everyone thought, what is this kind of negative thinking he is doing? Our boy assures them there is no need to worry. If he gets in trouble, he will come back to his place. Everyone is okay with it and they are sent to go to the mission. They thought they needed some food and water for traveling, but Yorishige gave them a stack of food as he cannot want our boy to die because of hunger. They are wearing warm clothes, and when he again appears and provides him with a number of clothes because again, he does not want him to die because of freezing temperatures. They all are done with him. They all are left when he keeps stopping him. But our boy made a decision, so he went on his mission. They then reached their destination in the evening. They thought they were going to visit the village which is near there. They are busy with further plans when suddenly a boy attacks them. Retainers are coming in front of the boy to save him. The boy who attacks is getting angry and attacks on them. He set fire that surrounded them. He is a very good warrior as he fights very well. His speed and strength are amazing and impressive. Retainers are trying their best but cannot succeed. Genba advises to run because his life is important and they need to protect him. Our boy cannot agree with this and remember the time when his retainer trained him. They both teach him everything. Even now they are trying their best to protect him. His retainer also remembers the time when Yorishige advised them to take care of him, because he is a very important personality, and they promise to protect him. They both attack with full of their strength and power. Our boy is shocked to see this love of their retainers. He finally comes to know that someone also cares and protects him even after his parents and people. They are fighting when suddenly the boys see Shizuku and stop fighting. He did this because Shizuku once gave him food to eat. He gets on his knees and asks for forgiveness. He told them he just thought they were enemies, so he attacked them. He introduced himself as his name was Fubuki. He told them he had just come there for 3 days. He came there to sell his food items, but he came to know that retainers of Satamune were killing people there. He mentions he fought with them even though he killed several people on their team. Unfortunately, he cannot kill all of them because he does not have enough weapons and also does not have anything that helps him to communicate outside the place. He told him this village was destroyed. They needed a leader as there was no one left as an adult in this village. He shows them there are only young children left who cannot do anything for themselves. He told them he was protecting them and fighting with the enemies about 3 times. And now he is also there to protect them. He told them this young children also help him as they do tricks and make the enemies down. He mentions he teaches them a lot and polishes their skills and knowledge. Now they are okay with it, but they need a lord that help them. He takes them with him. They all are on tables of food. He told them that they needed to be careful because Satamune retainers were going to attack many places of Suwa. He told them this village population is small, so there is no army. That's why it is easy to invade. He told them he lived there for 3 days and ate a lot of food. He mentions in that way he is getting his reward to protect them. They all thought he was just a foodie person because he ate too much in front of them. Shizuku told them about her first meeting with him. He told them he was eating all the food that had been brought there. So, she confessed Yorishige that this boy is very hungry, so please forgive him for eating the food. Our boy is greatly impressed by him. He loves the way he handles all the children and teaches them. He said these children have hope and shine in their eyes, which he had not when he lost his parents. He remembers his time and mentions this is not an easy thing that children to be happy even if they are losing their parents. Our boy loves this personality and wants his help to get his everything back. He just wants to make him his retainer. He wants his help to teach him about fighting skills and other things. They all are excited about this, but Shizuku gives them a reality check. She told them this place was not safe, and they needed to all the children back to their place. This is very dangerous because enemies can attack them at any time, so they all have to run away. But our boy does not agree with it and mentions he will help to protect this village with the children. He mentions this is not easy to lose a parent and after this lose their place. He told them the children are not getting peace in their hearts after this because this is very difficult and he passes through it. So, he just does not break their hope and help them. He told Fubuki he wanted to join them and fight for the children. He is happy to agree to it. Shokin enjoys his party because he kills a lot of the village. He hangs all of them in front of him. This is his style of enjoying his life. Fubuki told him about his strategy. They have decided their positions and work. They all are very excited as they help the children. Our boy is also happy. The children are assigned to make a lot of traps for the enemies. After this, Fubuki and our boy fight for practice. They both fight very bravely. Our boy teaches many things from him and mentions he is a good teacher. Fubuki is also impressed with him but mentions he needs a lot more training. They are practicing when suddenly Fubuki asks him who he is and what his real identity is. He mentioned that he noticed he is from a very wealthy family and also, he is not a common personality because his retainers are very serious about his health and life. They take care too much of him. That's not normal. Our boy is a little nervous but controls himself and mentions he is just an orphan, that's why they take care of him, nothing else. Fubuki also has a soft heart for him. He is going to tell him about a secret sword technique that will suit him, and he will learn it very easily. She told him that this technique is kindest and most compassionate but cruelest also. This technique is called the Demon Heart Buddha Blade. This technique is used in one-person fight. He told him that he suspected that the enemies were attacking tomorrow, so he had to fight with the general. Our boy agrees with it. On the other hand, Shokin makes a plan that they are going to invade the mountains because in the forest they will make many traps. He uses his intelligence and makes a good decision. He thought he was going to make all the children his slaves as the adults were killed. The enemies are moving forward. They get attacked from behind. They cannot accept this situation but control it. The others are moving forward to the village, but they are falling because of the frozen land which looks like it is flat land from a distance. The attack of arrows also continued during all this time. This helps them a lot as it kills many of the enemies. Some of the enemies fell into the traps. Everything is done according to their plan. The enemy situation is getting bad. The enemies get angry, and they decide to make a plan. The first decided to stop this arrow rain that killed many people. They also decided to kill their leader because in that way the entire defense would be destroyed. Fubuki comes to know that the 4 people in the enemies are the strongest and one of them is general. He orders the children to take care of them. The children kill one of them and move to the general. They have to fight with the general. They are fighting very bravely, but the general is not a simple thing. He is wearing armor that helps him in battle. This armor is very strong as they try their best but cannot reach him because of this. The general is Shokin, who tells them he is not going to kill them. He mentions he will cut their tongue and slice it into pieces and just make them his slaves, nothing else. Both of the children are giving them signs to each other. They both run and trap him in a house. He cannot understand what this is. They close the door. Our boy is sitting in the house. Our boy retainers are worried about him, but they also believed in himself and thought he was going to defeat him on his own. Fubuki also joined the war. Our boy is in front of Shokin. Shokin comes to know he is trapped and laughs at it. He saw our boy and mentioned he would get a good amount on him. He starts making plans like he will teach him skill and then get more money. Our boy gets angry about this. He asks him why he hangs the bodies of villagers outside of the village, as this is so cruel. This is not easy for a child to see his parents hanging dead. He laughs at it and mentions that this is his plan. He wants to kill all the adults and make the children's lives terrible. He mentions he wants to give them a lifetime of trauma. So, these kids are never going to enjoy and get freedom in their life which they get with their parents. That was his dream, to make people helpless. He mentioned he just loves money, and after selling these kids he gets a lot of money and gets a drink. That was a very good thing for him. Our boy's mind is getting out of control with all this cruelty. Our boy told him he was a demon and asked for a fight. Shokin appreciates his brave power and agrees to fight. Fubuki is also fighting with others. He fights with bravery and confidence. The children also help him. Now they are fighting very professionally. Their fighting is going well. On the other hand, our boy also tries his best. He remembers Fubuki telling him about a backup plan in which he has to run off and burn Shokin in this house. He remembers all the techniques Fubuki gave him. Shokin attacks him with his sword, but he gets wounded by our boy. That's a very shocking thing for him. Shokin gets a wound on his wrist, but Shokin told him he was not going to win from him. Both the children are fighting very bravely. They both get cuts during the fighting. They both lack experience, that is why they both are about defeat. They both fell. The enemies laugh at them and ask them to come with them and get practice, and after 10 years they will be able to deal with people. Both of them get angry with him. He laughs at them. Shizuku appears on the tree. She starts attacking him. He hit one of them. They all get angry and attack him. They succeeded in giving him a deep wound on his body. They both use their strength and kill him in just one shot. Our boy fight bravely with a shokin. Even he has given him a tough time because of his running skills. He ran very fast and made his attack fail. Our boy's moves are impressive and amazing. Shokin blood drops everywhere because bleeding is not controlled. Shokin again attacked him, but this time our boy was also saved. Shokin was extremely shocked by this. Fubuki is also busy fighting with the enemy. He is showing his great skill, but his enemy is also not a normal person. His enemy also has great strength. They both are fighting when Fubuki gets cut on his face. He is attacking him by using 2 skills at a time. He thought now Fubuki was going to die, but Fubuki turned the game and hit him. He is badly hit. Fubuki thought he had to win because all the children of this village were hoping for him. He also wants to train our boy because he gives him a very good vibe. He again gets into the battle with his 2 swords. He put them on his neck and cut them. Our boy is still busy running and fooling Shokin. The blood is spread everywhere in the house. Shokin becomes hopeless as his blood is dropped too much. His strength and immunity are going, and he is about to die. He is fainting and thinks his life is gone. He is very disappointed in himself as he is going to be defeated by a boy. He cannot think his life is ending like that. He remembers his life as he worked so hard and learned material arts and the art of war just to protect and get his territory. Now he is about to get his territory, but his life is about to end. That was not an easy thing for him to leave his dream. He also cannot bear all this just because of a little boy. He remembers he made all the children's future dark as he sold them, and now he is going to be defeated by a child. His dream, his willpower, his territory, everything is going to end because of a little child. He mentions that this boy will have some power, and this is because of his pure heart, and the people like him do not exist in this cruel world. He asked for forgiveness and fell. He is dead. Our boy feels bad for him, but he is happy that he has succeeded in saving this village and the children. All of them congratulate him, and the situation is going to be controlled. But they are wrong because Satamune is coming there with all of his army. He is angry. He is attacking our boy. But he is saved. They all are in front of each other. Fubuki thought he needed to do some planning. Because the number of enemies is increasing, they have to plan something. He thought about leaving the village and saving lives. But at the same time Genba came there with the army. This army is led by Yorishige. Satamune saw all this. He decided to not fight at this time because he was not preparing for a battle against the Suwa main army. So, he orders me to move back. He also saw the house in which Shokin died. He suspects this. Suwa army followed them because they wanted to take them away from the border. Yorishige ran and hugged our boy. He is relaxed because our boy is saved. This condition is a little nervous for our boy, because after so much time, he feels a real and true relationship toward him. Satamune takes a shokin with him. He is also angry with him because he made a very bad plan. He also thought maybe he would be safe because he was breathing very slowly. Satamune punishes him that he is only now a soldier, nothing else. On the other hand, Yorkshire meets with Fubuki. He thanks him for saving the village and children. Our boy asks him to become his retainer. He mentions he will want to become a retainer of a lord. So Yorishige introduces his true identity to him. Fubuki is shocked by this. He thought our boy had great strength and ability. So, he decided to become his retainer. Now a new person is added to our boy army. We see our boy praying for the soldiers who died in the war. His heart becomes heavy for them. Yorishige thanks him for helping to protect this village. He told him he put guards in this village and also took all the children with them to their place, and the children agreed and were happy with it. Our boy is also relaxed about this. Yorishige told him his secret, that his power was going for some reason he did not know. He mentions now he is not able to see the future. And to get back his power he has to need an eel. Our boy gets this eel for him. Yorishige cooks it and eats it. He told him this had happened many times ago, and after eating eel he was cured. So now there is also a chance. After eating it he feels power in himself, but he comes to know this is not his holy power. That's a sad situation for him. Our boy next gives him Buddhist monks to eat and regain his powers. But this also does not work. Our boy again starts gathering things for him. He hid himself and found things. Genba saw him going through all this. Our boy collects many things and makes a doll resembling a maiden. He needs this because Yorishige has performed a ritual with it to regain his powers. Our boy made a pretty good doll. His retainer saw him from behind. Our boy makes some changes to the doll. And he is going to take him to Yorkshire. When he saw his retainer was talking about him, they all are very disappointed and shocked by his behavior. As they cannot understand all this. They thought their lord needed this because he is getting adult and mature. So that's a need for it, so they have to relax on this. They have decided that they are still loyal to him. They cannot take care of his behavior. Our boy is happy about it, but at the same time, he is angry at Yorishige. Because of him, his retainers misunderstand him. He forced him to go and told everyone about the truth. Yorishige stops him and asks for the last favor. He told him that he had to go to Mount Moriya, which is the sacred place where the divine spirit of the Suwa Grand Shrine resides. He has to take water from this place. Our boy has agreed to this, and mentioned this is the last thing he will do for him. Our boy is going to this place and thinks Yorishige does not need any extra power. He has a great army, so why does he struggle for him? Suddenly magical stars appear and start following him. He cannot understand this. He saw a girl who did a Kagura dance, which is normally dedicated to God at this place. This girl is very beautiful, and it seems like she is playing with numberless lights. Our boy came to know that this girl was Shizuku, who was praying there for the accomplishment of goals. She told him she is praying there for the peace of the world. She told him to bend down and close his eyes. She touched them and told him to open them. He saw many things that were lit. He asks for them. She told him they were the divine beast who lived in Suwa's sanctuary. She mentions they give power to them and also pray for their protection of them. Our boys are shocked to see this. He thought this was a dream, as these things did not exist in this world. Shizuku gives him the water he wants. Our boy cannot understand Yorishige and Shizuku. He thought these two people were from some other place. This is just his way of thinking. After this, a boy makes a painting of his god. He loves this painting. A boy is giving orders to others. This boy's name is Tadayashi. He is the younger brother of Takauji Ashikaga. Both brothers meet each other and sit together. They both are talking about their business and work. Takauji Ashikaga told him that he had a feeling someone was still alive from the Hojo family. His brother told him if that happened, he is going to find him easily with his intuition. He remembers his childhood play when he worked hard and hid a treasure. It takes many days to complete all tasks. But he found it in just a few minutes because of his intuition. So now if there is anything he feels weird about Hojo's family members, so he can find it easily. There is no need to worry. They both decided to make more defense forces that are going to help them in their control in this country. They both are happy and relaxed about this. Both boys are very talented. Takauji Ashikaga is a charismatic initiative and master of war. On the other hand, his brother is intelligent, level-headed, and logical. They both are opposite to each other, but still, the love in them is amazing and impressive. They are very close to each other. They both are going to see the new picture of God that is prepared. Tadayoshi is going to step into the room. He felt something weird and stopped himself. Our boy gives water to Yorishige and asks about all the magical scenes he sees. Urishage refuses to tell anything. He drinks water and gets his power back. He told him that all of the magical scenes were because of the holy power. He mentions that holy power exists in this world, but it is against all the eyes of humans. He mentions humans are a great thing who do too much development. But still, he is unable to understand this holy power. They control much of nature. But still, they do not have this knowledge. He touches the lake and breaks the ice into two pieces. Our boy is shocked to see this. He mentions that this is just a small percentage of the holy powers. He told him to just imagine how strong this holy power would be. He told him the people are going to research this event. They do a lot of hard work and call it a natural phenomenon. This is the reality of this world. They all cannot believe this is because of holy power. But that's a true reality. He told him that this was the last time when the holy powers were going to be used. After this, there is no use of any holy power even by him. He told him he was a pure-hearted person. He is living in this period, so he has to live very beautifully. He motivates him in a very good way. After this, they both start playing and enjoy themselves. All of them saw the farmers who were harvesting in the village. They all are happy because there is double harvesting in April. The farmer is also happy because, on the double harvesting, there is no tax. Fubuki is also happy because now he gets more food to eat. At the same time, some people come there. They beat the farmers and take all the crops with them. They mention they have to pay heavy taxes on this double harvesting. This is all done by the people of Shinano. Provincial official Shinano no Kami Kayohara. This person is very cruel and bad. He is appointed by Emperor Godegos. He mentions this is his world now, only his order is going to work. Satamune also has to follow his orders. Even he draws his eyebrow, and he silently bears this. They both are laughing. When suddenly a poor old farmer stopped them. He gets angry about this and orders to kill him. This poor old farmer is killed. That was very sad. The people of Suwa also get informed about all of this event. They feel bad about this. They need to help them, but there is a problem. They cannot send the army to that place Kawanakjima because of enemies issue. But they need people who go and talk to them. They ask for help from our boy as they already passed through a mission, which they complete very successfully. Our boy agrees with it and wants to help the farmers. Urishage still cannot agree on this. He again does not want to put our boy's life in danger. This is a very dangerous place, and he does not want to die our boy in that easily. He also mentions Hashina is a capable man with a strong sense of duty. He will handle everything. So, there is no need for him. Our boy ignored this and decided to go. They are all on their way. They set up a camp and sat there. In this mission, they all are just boys, not any girl involved. Our boy told them they needed to fight very bravely. He also makes Kojiro the general. They are excited for the protection of the farmers and make them go with them. They decided to go to talk with them. Our boy is a little nervous, but he told them he is just coming there to talk and nothing else, so should relax all of them. They all behave opposite to his thinking. They are just taking them as their enemies. They all mention that they will give their life and die without any hesitation. This is difficult for our boy to handle. They all are ready for the attack. They mention they don't make them move away. They will all kill them in just a minute. They all mention they have a dream to kill someone before dying. Suddenly a boy came there and asked for the letter. They give him a letter. He read it and mentioned he is the assistant of Hashina, and his name is Shinomiya. He told them he had to talk about provincial official Shinano no Kami Kayohara and his purpose, and it was difficult to convince him because he wanted to create a link between them, so that is why he was attacking the place and making their territory. Our boy gets to tears because finally, someone is going to talk with them normally. But these people cannot listen to him. They still want to fight with them. Our boy is worried about this topic and discusses it with his retainers. They all thought and advised the fight should happen, because these people are not going to listen to them, and they are all not ready to leave this place. So, they have to fight. So, our boy has agreed to this. The fight between the Hashina army provincial official army begins. They both are in front of each other. The opposite team attack them with arrows. The arrows are in great numbers. But this situation is controlled by our boy retainers as they spread smoke everywhere. This makes it difficult to see. So, they cannot attack. The opposite team decided to pass the river and attack them. But they make traps in the rivers that make them drop down. The opposite team members are floating in the river water. They try to hold the situation, but it is not easy to control the opposing army. Kojiro comes to the flight and saves people. He is attacking very bravely. There is too much koas in both teams. In the end, the opposite teams had to go back. At night they all are resting. The Hashina army is very strong and brave. The fight was very professional. They all love their place truly. They all are resting and preparing themselves for tomorrow's fight. They saw the general of Hashina put the sword on our boy. They both are discussing a topic in which the general is getting angry. Our boys saw the general was hiding in the war. He cannot bear this and tells him this is not a good thing to hide during a war and just make others fight. The general mentions he is the leader of the army. There will be a time for him to die. If he dies at this moment, they will lose everything. So that's why he has to survive. He mentions he should die at that place and time when everyone is going to remember him. Our boy thought that a number of his people had died during the war. They all fight very bravely. They give their life. That is also a very good thing, but now at that moment, no one remembers them. Now no one knows about them much as no one knows their name and other things. So according to him, this is wrong to just give his army to die not to him. He put water on him in anger. That is a wrong thing, he just does not need to do this. But he cannot control himself. The general starts attacking him. His mind gets out of control. Our boy is saving himself and I advise him to die gracefully. He mentions this is not a way to die and fight in the war. He should have to check his fighting style. Our boy gives him a reality check. Our boy hit him with his but as a punishment. They were all shocked because he used it for the first time. And also, they cannot expect this from him. Shinomiya stopped them and told them to think about tomorrow. As they need to do something. They decided to go with them and start for backup. They decided to go to the north with them to save their lives. The provincial official Shinana no Kami Kayohara is angry about all this because he is not accepting this. He wants to kill all of them and get his entry. He gets out of control because of anger. They all are moving in the darkness of night, but the enemies get information, and they start following them. The members the plan which they make. They all decided to take advantage of the general of the opposite team and then they going to destroy his army. The general of the opposite team Yanamaru orders his team to climb up the mountain. In that way, they are going to capture the enemies. But they cannot know they are trapped. The Hashina army make preparations and start attacking on them. They cannot understand this attack of arrows. Even the general is getting shocked. He cannot understand what to do next and what will he give orders to them. They all are taking on them bravely and killing many of them. The women and children are located in a safe place. And all the adults are fighting with the enemies. They decided to kill them there. Kojiro also fights bravely and kills many people. He needs 4 to 5 more people, and he has to go to kill several enemies. He cannot know their names, so he got them with the shape of their faces. That is a weird thing, but he cannot focus on this. He called them to be serious as they were going to protect the women and children. They are going to place them in another place. Kojiro was moving when he saw Fubuki fall on the land. He ran towards him and asked he was okay. Fubuki told him he was not in a position to war because he was so hungry. Kojiro gets angry about this because this is not a time for all this. He gave him the food and he recharged and decided to go to his place. Fubuki raised him as he was a great general. He mentions he knows how to handle situations. Kojiro is happy about this. At the same time, he saw his people killed. This is done by the general of the opposite team. Both the general of the teams are in front of each other. Both are moving bird each other with full of anger. The general of the opposite team attacks him but he's avenged himself in a very good way. The battle starts between both of them. The general of the opposite team has great strength and gives him cuts, but he still cannot stop fighting. He is trying his best. His strength is going to lose but he controls himself. He does not want to give up so he attacks on him, but he gets wounded in himself. The bleeding is starting. But he doesn't know how to lose hope. He remembers that his lord always appreciated him. He wants to win because he believes in him. He found courage in himself and attacked the enemy. He gives him a cut. The general of the opposite team makes fun of him as he still cannot get many wounds. Kojiro thought he was the general and the general was always fighting very bravely and dying in the war. The people captured the general of the opposite team and told him to make him die. They mentioned they are fighting as a unit so just do this. Kojiro runs toward him full of his power and cuts his head. Provincial official Shinana no Kami Kayohara ordered Satamian to send more army to fight with the enemy. On the other hand, hosting army gets the signal that they have to leave this place. Because all the children and women are in the safe zone, our boy is now also relaxed. His retainer also joins him. He is happy to see them. They all get their place back. They all are happy about this. Everyone has a smile on their face. That is a great award for our boy. Our boy is greatly happy about all this with his heart. They all thank them. They all are about to go back, as they all help him a lot. Yorishaj also gets the news that the war is over. He is very happy that our boy is safe. They all are moving back to their place happily. Now everything is okay. Everyone is happy. And the story ends. Now comment if you like this story. Please subscribe to our channel for more content.